You think you know what women want: affection, loyalty, romance. You don't. Because if that were true, the good guys wouldn't get ghosted. The nice ones wouldn't finish last. And she wouldn't have left when you did everything right. Here's the truth. Women respond to something much deeper than love. It's not about how much you give her. It's about how much she feels when she's around you. And if you don't understand that, you'll keep losing to men who do less, but trigger more. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly what women really want and why 90% of men never figure it out. Let me be direct. Attraction isn't fair. You can be loyal, honest, devoted, and still lose to a man who gives her uncertainty. If that stings, good. That means you're finally ready to learn. So hit subscribe and tell me in the comments if you've ever watched a woman fall for someone who treated her worse than you did. You're about to understand why that happens and how to turn the psychology of loss into power. This is where the decoding begins. Attraction doesn't begin when you try to impress her. It begins the moment she realizes you don't need to. A woman can sense your internal value long before you speak. It's not your car, your job, or your looks. It's the quiet, unshakable energy of a man who knows who he is. She can feel whether you're centered in yourself or orbiting around her approval. And here's the truth most men never understand. Women don't respond to effort. They respond to certainty. The more you chase, the less she feels. The more you try to prove yourself, the less she respects you. Because every word, every gesture, every nervous laugh that seeks her validation whispers one thing to her subconscious. He doesn't believe he's enough. You've seen both types of men before. The first kind tells stories, flexes achievements, drops compliments like coins in a slot machine, hoping for attention. The second kind simply exists. He listens. He observes. He moves through the room as if he belongs there because he does. He never performs yet. People lean toward him. He's not loud, but his silence has gravity. That's high internal value. It's not arrogance. It's emotional stability disguised as confidence. So stop auditioning for her. You're not trying to win a role in her life. She's the one applying for a place in yours. Next time she teases you, stay calm. Smile. Don't offend. Don't explain. Just let the silence do the talking. In that pause, she'll feel something she can't explain. A subtle pull. An emotional respect that no compliment can buy. Because women don't fall for men who need them. They fall for men who choose them. Your internal value is the invisible currency every woman can feel long before you say a word. Women don't test your words, they test your strength. Every emotional game, every subtle provocation, every quiet silence she throws at you isn't random. It's instinct. Deep in her subconscious, she's searching for one thing. The man who doesn't lose control. When she flirts with another guy in front of you, when she goes cold for no reason, when she makes a backhanded comment about your ex or your car or your job, she's not trying to destroy you. She's trying to see if you can't be destroyed. Because the moment you react, the moment you argue, explain, or chase, she feels it. Weakness. And the second she feels weakness, attraction dies a quiet death. Real strength isn't loud. It's not about domination or aggression or putting her in her place. It's the calm certainty of a man who knows he could walk away and still be perfectly fine. That's what creates respect. Not your power over her, but your power over yourself. Never react. Respond. If she tests you, smile. Stay composed. Let your silence speak louder than your emotions. When she says, "My ex had a better car," don't defend yourself. Just look at her amused as if she told a bad joke. That's not arrogance. That's composure. The man who can say no without anger, who can disagree without disrespect, who can leave without drama. That's the man she can trust with her heart because he can handle himself. Understand this. Emotional control is the highest form of attraction. When a woman feels that your peace can't be shaken, she starts to surrender her defenses. Her mind relaxes. Her body softens because finally she's found something rare. Stability. You don't win her heart by overpowering her. You win it by staying grounded while she storms. Her respect is born in the moments you refuse to lose yours. Here's something most men never notice. A woman doesn't decide attraction alone. Her mind takes cues from the world around her. It's biological. Evolution wired her to look for social proof, signs that other women already see value in you. It's called mate choice copying. It's how the female brain shortcuts risk. If other desirable women want you, her subconscious concludes you must have traits worth having: confidence, stability, leadership, emotional strength. That's why a man with a wedding ring often gets more attention. It's not the ring, it's what it represents. Validation. It signals that another woman already chose him, trusted him, and stayed. Her brain reads that as proof of worth. Pre-selection is powerful because it saves her time. She doesn't need to test you. Someone already did. And whether she admits it or not, women compete silently. She doesn't want every man, she wants the man other women want, but can't have easily. So, how do you use that without playing games? You don't brag about options. You live like a man who has them. Build a life that radiates abundance, strong social circles, women who respect you as friends, energy that attracts attention naturally. Don't talk about other women. Don't fake stories. Just embody the kind of man who doesn't need to prove he's wanted. When you walk into a room, relaxed, connected, comfortable, women sense it. Your social energy says, "I'm used to being chosen." That's the secret. Pre-selection isn't about other women. It's about the version of you that's already validated by life. Confidence backed by social proof activates female curiosity. And when curiosity ignites, attraction follows fast. So stop chasing her attention. Let her wonder why other women seem drawn to you. Because she's not attracted to your options. She's attracted to the man who has them. Nothing kills attraction faster than availability. The truth is simple. When something comes too easily, the human brain devalues it. Women are no exception. Their attraction thrives in tension, not certainty. The moment she knows she has you completely, the emotional electricity fades. It's not that she wants games, it's that her biology needs pursuit. The chase is what keeps her dopamine alive. Men often think consistency means constant attention. Texting every morning, replying in minutes, giving reassurance at every turn. But what you call effort, she experiences as predictability. And predictability is the death of desire. A woman's emotions grow in the space between moments. When she wonders what you're thinking, when she replays your last words, when she feels a bit of uncertainty about where she stands, that gap is the oxygen of attraction. It's called the dopamine gap. Her mind releases pleasure when she anticipates you, not when she always has you. As so. After an amazing date, send one short text, something simple, sincere, then disappear for a while. Let her curiosity breathe. Let her miss you. Because when you remove yourself just enough, she begins to chase what she can't fully claim. Being a challenge doesn't mean being distant, cold, or manipulative. It means being selective. You don't give your time, attention, or emotion to anyone who hasn't earned it. You know your worth, and you guard it with quiet discipline. When she finally earns your full attention, it feels like a victory. And that victory bonds her to you deeper than words ever could. Remember, attraction is not built through access. It's built through tension. Don't be the man who gives himself away to be liked. Be the man she has to win slowly, piece by piece, until she realizes the chase was the best part. Because she falls for the man she has to earn, not the one who hands himself over. Once you've won her heart, the game changes. What builds attraction isn't what keeps it alive. A woman doesn't stay in love because you're handsome, successful, or clever. She stays because she feels seen. Attention, not gifts, not words, not promises, is the oxygen of her emotions. But not all attention is equal. When a man gives attention from fear, checking his phone every minute, asking what's wrong too often, seeking constant reassurance, it drains desire. That kind of attention feels needy. It says, "I need you to feel okay." Real masculine attention is the opposite. It's grounded, calm, deliberate. It says, "I see you, I'm here, and I'm not moved by chaos." When she speaks, listen. Not to reply, but to understand. When she shares something small, a story, a memory, a new dress, acknowledge it. A single genuine glance means more than 100 compliments. Women remember how they felt in your presence, not what you said. And here's where most men fail. They stop dating her after they've won her. They stop planning, stop leading, stop showing curiosity. That's when the slow fade begins, not from anger, but from emotional starvation. Love doesn't collapse overnight. It fades quietly from neglect. So keep doing what sparked her attraction in the first place. Keep taking her out. Keep creating moments that remind her why she chose you. Your presence is the most valuable gift you can give. Not because she needs it, but because she wants to feel chosen again and again. Positive attention isn't about obsession. It's about energy. It tells her that even with your own world to run, you still make space for her, not out of habit, but intention. That's the kind of attention that keeps desire alive for decades, because she doesn't fall out of love overnight. She fades when you stop seeing her. So, keep dating her even after she calls you hers. Respect isn't a romantic gesture. It's survival for love. Every woman can feel when she's safe with a man, not just physically, but emotionally. And when that safety disappears, attraction doesn't explode. It erodes quietly, slowly, irreversibly. A woman's deepest bond isn't formed through passion, it's built through trust. She trusts the man who lets her speak without interruption. The one who doesn't roll his eyes, raise his voice, or weaponize silence. She opens to the man who listens, not to fix her, but to hear her. Disrespect kills love in silence. You won't see the moment it happens. It's in the sarcastic comment you thought was funny. It's in the moment you dismiss her feelings as dramatic. It's in the sigh you give when she tells her truth, and when that moment passes, something in her heart closes, just slightly, but it never reopens the same way. Respect isn't weakness, it's emotional dominance. It's the ability to stay grounded when emotions rise, to disagree without attacking, to set boundaries without belittling. Real strength doesn't need to win every argument. It needs to protect the connection. Women remember how you make them feel when they're vulnerable. If she feels small in your presence, she won't stay. If she feels safe, she'll bloom. So, respect her emotions even when they don't make sense to you. You don't have to agree. You just have to acknowledge. When she feels seen, she calms. When she feels dismissed, she defends. And when she defends, love becomes war. The rarest kind of man is the one who can look her in the eye mid-chaos and say softly, "I hear you." That's not submission. That's power. Because respect doesn't make you less of a man. It makes her more of a woman in your presence. She loves who she can trust, and she trusts who respects her boundaries. When you can make a woman laugh, not giggle, not fake smile, but truly laugh, something disarms inside her. Her guard drops, her mind relaxes, her heart opens. Humor is emotional alchemy. It turns tension into attraction, awkwardness into connection, and fear into comfort. But only when used right. Because there's a difference between humor that builds connection and humor that hides insecurity. Self-deprecating jokes, sarcasm, or passive-aggressive teasing might get a laugh, but they also reveal weakness. They say, "I need approval to feel okay." Women can feel that instantly. It's not the joke that turns her off. It's the energy underneath it. Positive humor is different. It comes from confidence, not need. It's the playful spark of a man who's comfortable in his own skin. He teases lightly, not to dominate her, but to engage her. He'll smile and say, "You're trouble, aren't you?" And she'll laugh. Not because of the words, but because of how safe it feels to laugh with him. There's no tension, no hidden edge, just warmth and presence. That kind of humor creates chemistry without force. It makes her want to stay around you because you feel good to be around. And here's what most men forget. Laughter bonds faster than logic. When she laughs with you, she stops analyzing you. Her body relaxes, her guard lowers, and suddenly you're inside her emotional world without asking permission. The goal isn't to be a comedian, it's to create emotional ease. Let her feel that life gets lighter when she's with you. That even when things are serious, you don't take yourself too seriously. Because confidence isn't always quiet. Sometimes it's the ability to laugh even at yourself without losing your edge. When you can make her laugh and feel safe at the same time, she'll crave your presence like oxygen. Laughter with you, not at you. That's the difference. And when she's laughing while feeling safe, her heart is already yours. Attraction brings her close. Teamwork keeps her there. Every great relationship eventually outgrows chemistry. The butterflies fade, the novelty settles, and what remains is the quiet question. Can we move through life together without losing ourselves? That's where most men fail. They confuse leadership with control, attention with ownership, love with obligation. But real partnership isn't about who leads, it's about who contributes. Long-term attraction isn't fueled by passion, it's sustained by respectful balance. Two people working together, not against each other. A woman doesn't stay because of romance. She stays because of reliability. She stays when she feels you're her ally, not her opponent. When you consult her before decisions. When you value her input, even if you don't always agree. When you make her feel like part of a team, not a subordinate or a test. It's the small things that prove this. Asking her opinion before major moves, sharing responsibilities instead of assuming she'll handle them, doing the mundane without being asked. That's not weakness. That's emotional leadership. Because love isn't just about how you make her feel. It's about how you make her life easier. A man with real strength knows partnership doesn't diminish him. It amplifies him. When you support her dreams, she naturally supports yours. When you protect her peace, she protects your name. That's the quiet power of teamwork. You don't compete, you complement. But the moment one person starts to carry the emotional load alone, resentment begins. And resentment is love's slowest poison. So build the kind of relationship where both of you can breathe, where decisions feel shared and trust feels effortless, where she knows you're not trying to win, you're trying to build. Because the woman who feels you're on her side will never be tempted by the other side. Partnership is the final evolution of attraction. It's what happens when power meets peace. Now you understand women don't fall for words, looks or money, they fall for emotional intelligence. Every man chases what he thinks women want. Few ever learn what they actually respond to, because what she says she wants, security, affection, attention, is only half the story. What truly captivates her lives deeper in the quiet psychological layers she doesn't even see herself. She falls for your value, the self-worth that needs no approval. She stays for your strength, the calm power to say no without anger. She craves your pre-selection, the signal that other women already recognize your worth. She's drawn to your challenge, the thrill of earning your attention. She's nourished by your attention, the steady presence that says, I see you. She's grounded by your respect, the emotional safety she can relax into. She's connected through your humor, the lightness that turns tension into joy, and she's loyal because of teamwork. The partnership that makes her feel you're on her side, not above or against her. These 8 principles aren't tricks. They're the core language of female psychology, the code that governs attraction, trust, and long-term love. When you master them, love stops being luck. It becomes precision. You stop chasing, you stop guessing, you start choosing. Because the man who understands these dynamics doesn't need to manipulate women. He attracts them naturally through balance, presence, and self-control. And that's the quiet confidence women can't resist. So, here's your truth. You were never the problem, you just didn't know the code. Now you do. If you're done guessing what women want and ready to understand how they really think, hit subscribe, leave a comment, and share this with a man who needs to wake up, because this is the female code.